All right. Today, I am recording in secrecy. No one knows I'm doing this but me. So something pretty exciting happened last week. My boyfriend of almost 4 years had proposed to me. And we were on a trip to Durango, Colorado, which is in the southern part of Colorado. And he did it in a beautiful location with mountains surrounding us, and it was incredible. And I am affianced, as they say. I wanted to do something special for him because his birthday is coming up really, really fast. We're celebrating tomorrow, but it's on Monday. And we're going out to eat and everything, and I've ordered a couple gifts, but I really wanted to make him something special because that moment was so special and incredible, and it just happened. So I decided last night, in my brain, thinking, oh, I've got an idea for a painting. That could be cool. And then I was like, Shannon, you don't have time to do that. Some of your paintings take a long time, girl. Chill out. But then this morning I woke up and I was like, I think I have time to do it. And then I started painting. Yeah, I'm doing this in secrecy. Peter's gonna be coming home soon. He gets off work in 15 minutes. It takes him 15 minutes to get home. So I'm really cutting it close here. Let's get into the video. I have one day while he's at work today to get this done. I wetted the paper beforehand because it's one thing you can do, but now it's like, maybe that's it. I'm just gonna retape this. I can't live with this bubble. Alright, so I wetted the whole paper. I'm gonna tape it back down. But I think that the deal is like the water stretches the paper out a little bit. So if you do it before you start, then your paper won't warp while you're painting. Your paper won't warp while you're painting. Your paper won't warp while you're painting. Yeah, I don't know if I said that right the first time. Oh, it's so flat and so precious. We can get started. So, my fiancé, he proposed to me in Durango, Colorado. Shout out to Ska Brewing. So I wanted to put like two people together and then mountains. From the mountain to the valley, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. It felt like we were surrounded by mountains and we were looking down on this town, and it was beautiful. I'm back to do the thickening. There's a lot of noise where I live, mostly just on the weekends. My fiancé and I are the only people who live in this building. The rest of the building is used for photography. So they get a lot of clients on the weekends, so it's a little loud out there. The first day, Peter and I were in Durango. He took me on this walk. He was like, I really want to show you this vista. It's going to be so pretty. I'm super psyched because, who doesn't love a good view? So I asked him, what kind of shoes would I need to wear? It's like, oh, just shoes you don't mind walking in. And then I asked about the trail, because it drastically changes. I didn't pack, hiking shoes. So we're walking along this river trail. It's so fun. We got up early, we got a cup of coffee and a bagel, and I had this green chili bagel, so good. And we see dogs playing across the river. It was really cool. And I was wearing these little leather ankle boots that have 2 buckles on them. They're super, super cute. They're my favorite boots because I asked and he said that the trail is paved. So I was like, okay, cool. So if the trail's paved, then whatever. I don't need to wear gym shoes necessarily. That was dumb. That was dumb of me. That was a stupid Shannon moment. I was more concerned with being cute. Fashion over function, Every woman has to make the choice. Fashion or function. Fashion or function. And I made the wrong choice that day, as the Lord women do most of the time. I would say we'd rather be cute than be comfortable most of the time. And that's why the phrase beauty is pain is so real. Because I was cute as hell, but I was not prepared for the walk that we took. Because we ended up walking 15 miles. We started off on the river trail It was the most scenic, gorgeous walk ever. And we're walking along, there's like babbling brooks, we're seeing so much wildlife. There's these adorable little black ducks bobbing under the water. They stay underwater for so long, and then they finally pop up, and then we saw some rapids coming up, so we were watching those ducks like as we walked along the river trail, and it was so much fun. We go to Ska Brewing. By this point, we've been walking a couple hours. We get a beer. It's delicious. Then we start trying to find the trailhead. I don't know what Peter was looking at, but it was described as go behind the baseball diamonds and head north. So we're like, okie dokie. Now, we didn't know where the trailhead was exactly. We didn't know where the baseball diamonds were exactly. So we're just kind of walking the right direction. We walk for like an hour. We find the baseball diamonds, don't worry. And we get to the trailhead, and we go north. And it's like a dirt path, but it's not a dirt path because it was wet. Inches of mud. Gloopy, gloppy mud. I'm thinking to myself about my boots. And we are actually not completely at the trailhead yet. Like, the real trail starts a little farther up. So we're like making our way up. We reached the real trailhead, and there's a signpost that says, this trail is closed for basically all the winter months. So we get back down. We can't go up. Like, we walk back down, and got you guys. He didn't propose that day. Then we had to walk back on that river trail. By the end of that river trail, my feet, I could feel, were swollen. The buckles of the shoes, I could feel them like digging into the top of my foot. Because my foot was like, Shannon, what were you thinking? I was like, I was thinking I wanted to look cute. So we walked all the way back to the Durango Lodge where we were staying. We were going to just like sit down for a little bit, take a little nap, and then go back out and do stuff. So we walk in, and Peter's like emptying his pockets to put on some like chillin' pants. Apparently he had the ring in his pocket, and it flew out, and it landed on the floor. I looked over and was gonna go and pick it up, and he literally body blocked me and picked it up. And I didn't think anything of it because I was so exhausted. I was just really looking forward to getting my shoes off, and I'm like, ugh. Picking stuff up off the floor. Yeah, you can do that, sure. And Peter thought that I totally, fully realized what it was, and I didn't. I did not fully comprehend what it was at all. I barely registered the size of it. I lost all of the time-lapse footage. It just was not working on my phone today, so unfortunately we just have the stills. So we took a trolley up this mountain on Saturday, and the views are really cool on the whole trolley ride. We get up, we're at this college. It's pretty deserted because it's a Saturday, and we start walking towards the ridge trail that's around the college. I'm like, Peter, if this has mud, I'm not going. I'm not ruining 2 pairs of shoes on this trip. I almost just sabotaged myself. And he's like, oh, well, let's just see. Luckily, it's snow. Nice snow. So, there's no mud. And he was, like, looking off the edge of the trail. His hands are buried in his pockets. And he said he was frantically trying to get the ring. The ring was in a bag, and he was trying to get the ring out of the bag with one hand. And it was proving difficult. And we're walking along the trail, and I'm, like, getting him walking in front of me on the trail. Then we find this, like, awesome view. So it's just like, peninsula out, and it looks beautiful everywhere. Mountains, like 360 degrees of mountains around us, and it was super awesome. And he's like looking at me, he's being silly, and he's like, oh, let me get pictures of you in front of the mountains now. And I was like, okay. And I'm like picking up snow, and I'm like, oh. And he is like, okay. He's like, look at the mountains and like look at them in awe. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful mountains. And he's like, okay, now like turn around. And I'm like, but I only turned 180 degrees. And when I turned around, he was on his knee. And he asked me to marry him. And he had this ring in his hand. It's aquamarine. And I could not believe it. I was super confused. I was super confused. And I looked at him like, what is this? It's a ring. He got it from this estate sale, and then he stood up and he's like, well, what do you say? And I'm like, well, yes. And I put it on, and we were affianced ever since. This is what the final result of the painting looks like. Sometimes when you have really good inspiration, paintings and art comes really easily, and I definitely experienced that with this one. This was Gold Bones art. We painted two people getting engaged at a mountain. We painted a birthday surprise. And we painted most of all in secrecy.